Welcome back to Saturday Report. I'm Carl Higbie. This is my favorite segment because each week we honor tough guys with a segment devoted to men who like their politics red and their meat even redder. This week we pay tribute to a guy who literally took on an entire state by himself. I can think of no one more effective in this tough guy suing it. 1 year ago this month, Ian Smith reopened Attila's Gym in Belmar, New Jersey, with this direct rebuttal of New Jersey's COVID lockdowns. Just a few weeks ago, the gym broke 200,000 visits with zero outbreaks at the facility. However, they are still facing a mountain of fines. So let's get an update from him, the co-owner of Attila's Gym, Ian Smith. Welcome back to the show, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Carl?
I am winning. I've been looking forward to this segment since Tuesday when they told me it was going to happen. Tell us what's going on in New Jersey.
So right now in New Jersey, the mandates have finally been lifted, although a lot of people are still walking around wearing masks. But we have a very long legal battle ahead of us. We have an appeal process for hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of unconstitutional fines. We also have 9 criminal charges, facing up to 4 years in prison. We're also suing the township for our business license back. We actually just got a big break as far as that is concerned. We filed that lawsuit back in November when they took our business license last year, and they drug their feet fulfilling what is called an OPRA request, basically public records. When they finally did, we found that they lied about taking the license. They went through with it. They did the whole meeting. They took the vote. They even wrote us 40 criminal citations for operating without a business license, but they never actually took it. So that is the first big break that we have gotten, at least on a township level. And then we also have a federal lawsuit going in against Governor Murphy and all of the top officials here in New Jersey.
I mean, awesome. You know, we said this segment was about tough guys. You are fighting this massive battle, and your gym's been fined, just as you said, ridiculous amounts of money. But the thing that gets me is that, people get pushed around, and all it takes is for someone to just push a little bit too hard. And you basically said, no, I'm putting my foot down. This is my business. This is America. I don't live in North Korea. If I wanted this kind of tyranny, I would go there. But I'm here, and this is my business. Come and take it. And you, sir, led a charge that has had a nationwide ripple. Talk about the fact that, people have had enough.
Sure. This is a classic bully scenario. Government will continue to take until you put your foot down and stop it. On the playground, when somebody steals your lunch money, if you give it to them, they will certainly be back for it tomorrow. And I think it took a while for people to realize that that's the type of situation we're in. The more rights we hand over, the more we comply with these orders that just don't make sense, the worse it gets. And it took a lot of people the better part of a year to figure it out. And some people were ahead of the pack and said no from the beginning. But the reality is that people are sick and tired of being told what to do. And that's an apolitical thing at this point. People are starting to feel the effects on their lives. They're starting to see the madness. And all of these lies that they told in order to justify all of these wrongdoings are starting to come to light. More and more information comes out every day. And that just continues to embolden people. And it does have a ripple effect. For every person who says no and fights on a hill, whatever it is, whether it's a parent at a school board meeting demanding that masks be taken off the children, or it's a small business owner, or it's anybody for that matter, you embolden other people around you, and the house of cards will fall apart very quickly.
Yeah, and people look for a leader and stuff like this. Everybody's like, ooh, I don't want to go. And I have a lot of friends who, in the restaurant business here in Connecticut and New York, where I live. And they've said, like, hey, I need help with this. Can you get me on TV for that? Can you get me in touch with, Portnoy so he can do the bar stool thing? I said, okay, yes, but only on the condition of I want to know what you're doing. And they're like, well, what can I do? I'm just a small bar. I said, why don't you knock on every door for every bar and restaurant on your street and get them all to open up in defiance of those things? Well, I don't want to do that. It's like, okay, you want me to go on TV and talk on your behalf. You want me to make introductions. You're the guy. You are the guy, Ian, that made people stand up. 250 years ago, people threw a bunch of tea in the Boston Harbor and started a revolution because they'd had enough. So, talk about the support you've gotten for this legal fight.
You brought up a really good point. Nobody wants to be a leader, but the reality is that we can all lead. Just a little over a year ago, Frank and I were just 2 small business owners. So that excuse is invalid, saying I'm just a bar owner. We were just a small gym in a small, quiet town in New Jersey, and look what happens. So the support is out there, and I think once you take that first step, it is very scary. You're stepping out into the unknown, but the reality is that what is scarier is what happens if you don't take that first step.
Right.
And then once you do, once you put that faith out there and you take that first step, you'll find that you are surrounded by people who feel exactly the same as you do, and who are willing to not only stand next to you, but stand behind you. Mm-hmm. Every single time something bad has happened to Frank and I here at Attilas, the support behind us has just grown. It's grown in intensity, and it's grown in quantity. And that's a beautiful thing. Because here we are 16, 17 months later, stronger than we've ever been. Right. And all it takes is just that first step.
It is. Now, a final question I want to get, and I apologize for not sending this to you earlier. There's a trans weightlifter qualified for the Olympics this week. Laurel Hubbard is the new name as a woman. Will compete for New Zealand as a female weightlifter. Now, even trans activists admit they don't know if this is quite fair. They say that, well, males lose 10% of their strength when they get off the testosterone. And, look, I do a lot of power cleaning as part of my workout plan. My 1 rep max is very close to the world record. There we go. It was very close to the world record for current women powerlifting, okay? And I don't do it professionally. I do it for fun and recreation. Is that fair?
Absolutely not. Whether anybody can choose whatever they want to be. I'm not against that. But biology doesn't lie. And men are created with certain hormones that are just going to give them an advantage. And you said it perfectly. I'm a slightly above average male powerlifter. And if I decided today that I wanted to be a woman and compete in a powerlifting show, I would smash the competition probably without trying. That doesn't mean I'm a good powerlifter. It means I'm biologically designed to be stronger.
Right.
The guys that are doing this and stepping into this world are crushing the dreams of women who have worked really hard to earn that spot. Right. And you have some schmo come in who couldn't hack it in the men's circuit and decides that he wants to go and take some world records. It's a tragedy. Yeah. And I think they should be ashamed of themselves, and I think they should have their own league if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I think the Olympics should throw this transitioned woman out of the competition. Like you said, it's crushing women's dreams. Ian Smith, thank you very much. Best of luck, sir. We hope you continue the fight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.